Celebrate fathers. We have some gentlemen in the house with us tonight. Mr. Marlon Cole. They're doing a Fathers Project, and we want to salute them. Introduce yourselves.
Peace, peace, peace. Everyone listening, man. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me. The name is Marlon Cole. I started this project, ForFathersproject, and I'm here, tell you guys about it.
Dope. Who else you got in the house? Got my man Brian.
Peace, what's good, man? This is Brian Deka Paupaw, Executive Director of the Hoods to Woods Foundation, representing Brooklyn. We introduce the outdoors to inner city teens, boys and girls, ages 11 to 17.
Yeah. I wanted to have these two brothers come on. I mean, it's not Father's Day, nothing like that, I know both of them for a pretty long time, and they're both doing some pretty good stuff out in the community and whatnot. Dex, program basically takes inner city youth, takes them out to the woods, introduces them to stuff they may not have had the exposure to before, and give them an outlet for some of their creativity and some of their, the need to take it, to take danger, you know what I mean? Take risk, and get into adventure. I mean, if you think about that for a second, you think about, it's a touchy, but at that age, right?
Yeah.
There's a sense of exploration that they have. There's almost an attraction to danger and risk and those sort of things. And I feel like sometimes we don't give them enough positive outlets for that, and so they find negative outlets. You know what I mean? So stuff like what you're doing. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, basically, Hoods to Woods. I founded Hoods to Woods about 5 years ago. We've been an official 501c3 organization for the past year now. So everyone, you guys can go to hoodstowoods.com and make donations. But basically, Hoods to Woods is kind of modeled after my real life. Growing up in Brooklyn, living in Bed-Stuy, Brownsville, and the housing projects. Shout out to everybody in Brevoort and Howard, Bed-Stuy, Brownsville. What up? Someone like myself who wasn't exposed to that type of lifestyle. I got into the outdoors when I went to college. I got a scholarship to Parsons School of Design in 1996, and so there, my classmates, they were from places like Vermont, Colorado, and they wanted to introduce me to the whole snowboarding thing, but I wasn't with it at first. I was like, nah, black people, we don't do that. I'm not messing with that stuff. You're not getting me out there. So, I get out there on the mountain, and I got hooked. I fell in love, and snowboarding got me my first passport. And I went to the Andes Mountains in Argentina. That's what and all those trips, leaving the country, snowboarding, and then coming back to the hood and seeing that my community wasn't sharing my experiences, and that really made me feel bad. And I said, what? I'm in a position to make a change in the community and introduce people to it. So now it's starting to grow, and it's turning into new media training, teaching the kids how to film and edit their outdoor experiences as well.
Okay. My question is, how did, for you personally, like you said, you first got involved when you were in college, but like for me as a child, I can remember growing up there, they had these programs where they would take kids out to, places like Niagara Falls, Bear Mountain, and places like that. Is that sort of the same experience that you're taking the kids on? Is it just adventure, or is it
like camping, like
camping, survival skills?
Yeah, so we don't do any overnight trips. It's just pretty much day trips. Okay. So winter snowboarding, summer is indoor rock climbing and hiking. But the whole thing about it is introducing them to this lifestyle, because there's a lot of careers in the outdoors.
Absolutely.
From forest ranger to being a line manager working for North Face. Yeah. But a lot of people of color are not introduced to the lifestyle. So how can you go to a high school and tell a kid, hey, I got this job for you. You want to be a forest ranger, and you've never been to a national state park before?
Absolutely. That's what's up.
All right. So Marlon,
Yeah.
about your program.
Yeah, man. So I started this ForFathersproject.org. It's an online site that pretty much celebrates fatherhood through photography, film, video, and music.
And why'd you do this?
The birth of my son, man, he kicked it off for me. And the main reason why as well is me becoming a father, I wasn't seeing no visuals, nothing to kind of inspire me as a father. So I was like, you know what, let me just let me put something together. So I put together a few images of him and I, and then I posted it online, and then from there I got other fathers submitting images as well. So I just
And we talk about that up here a lot,
Yeah.
as far as not just, we're a hip hop show, so of course we talk about it in hip hop, but just in media in general, how there's so few prototypes for us, and we talking about whether it's broadcast or actors or even in news people or sports commentators, whatever it is. There's normally like 5 different flavors of us, and so you're right, and most of them are not favorable,
it's not geared towards us, man. It's not.
Nah, you know what I mean? So it's good to be able to look out there and be like, oh shoot, there are some men who are doing right. There are some men who are taking care of their kids. There are some men who are involved in their kids' lives and concerned about their family and concerned about the community. We don't see that.
But I kind of think that should be the standard anyway. That should be.
It is.
Exactly.
I don't think we give ourselves enough credit in a lot of ways for being good fathers. I'm not saying that and I'm speaking from a general standpoint. I think a lot of what we see out there is cats not doing what they're supposed to do. But I think if we could measure, I'm sure there are a lot of cats out there doing exactly what they're supposed to. And I applaud what you guys are doing, especially from a fatherhood.
They're out there, but they're not getting the visibility.
Yeah.
That's because men usually who do what they're supposed to do, they just do it.
Yeah.
And the ones who get the publicity
We don't want credit
are
for
the
it.
guys who don't do it because they're causing a problem in our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So I see that. And when I was a kid, grade school, we went on overnight stays to farms and stuff, and they showed us how the farming process
Through
goes.
the school, or through the city, or through the neighborhood, or what?
The school did that.
Okay.
And I just remember that experience being like, wow, there's something outside of these concrete streets and these
But how
big
many of your
buildings.
boys was going with you?
Not a lot of them. Because when I came back, it was the same old same with them, but I had a different mind state.
So you were interested in it from the beginning.
I mean, I was always, like you said, the adventurous type.
Right.
So that was right up my alley, being in the woods and
Yeah.
on a farm and just something different.
Right.
So I accepted that. That was something they wouldn't have accepted readily like I was, but
And
they would have enjoyed it because we were always as adventurous, but we would do it throughout the city.
Right. So how do you deal with that? How do you deal with like, okay, you're trying to do this, and because those same kids aren't exposed to it, they don't even have a desire to do it. How do we even put the concept in their mind that hey, you want to come and do this? This is dope.
Well, with us, we're kind of lucky because, a lot of kids come in through the snowboard program first, and that's something fun because you got a lot of kids in the hood that skateboard now.
Okay.
Back in our era, skateboarding wasn't as popular, on the Brooklyn side. You know what I mean? More like on the Lower East Side. Queens, like Bronx, you know what I mean?
New York City.
Yes, it's all over.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Because I had kids that were like, nah, I don't want to do it. But we get a lot of kids that get friends from the neighborhood that want to go because when I tell them like, oh yeah, this old guy, he's telling me this, that, but one of their friends says, yo man, snowboarding is hot, man. Yo, you gotta try
That's
it.
the new wave.
And
Right.
they just come in. So we've been lucky. So from the snowboarding, we do the indoor rock climbing, and already they're kind of hooked. And it's ill because they're becoming mountaineers. They don't even know it.
Yeah, so if you guys really want to be Sal Masakela, you got to check out projects like the Hoods to the Woods.
I would also add to that too by saying to get them involved, get them interested, it's all about the visuals.
Right.
Capture the stuff that's happening on those trips through video, through pictures.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Set up a website for it.
Yeah, we got a website, we got a Facebook, it's definitely, there's some challenges, but the realness is that, it starts at home,
Right.
Because you could get a kid that want to do something, they might not have the most positive environment, in the house. That's why my whole thing was like, You know, like, it doesn't make sense to take these kids to do these activities without creating some sort of media training, career training, because in order for a kid to continue to do this lifestyle, you need a job. You know, let's be real. Money. The neighborhood need jobs, and that's what Hoods to Woods is.
Snowboards cost money.
My question is, how does a kid who can't afford to get involved with your program, how does he become part of what you're doing?
Just fill out an application. It's free.
Okay. So the trips are basically sponsored through donations.
Yeah, donations.
That's really great.
So the other thing that I just realized today is that you're both graphic designers.
Yes,
right?
correct.
Well, you're not. Are you a graphic designer or like more media or what?
I consider myself a graphic designer.
Okay,
you know,
okay.
I do print, but mostly I do a lot of broadcast design stuff.
Yeah, so I knew you more for the broadcast. I didn't know you did print and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I came from print.
Right. And Marlon, the same boat, right?
Yeah, same thing, man. Graphic design by trade, man. That's what I do. That's how I make a living.
Right. I do the same thing. It's interesting.
Creatives.
Right.
This is BBOX Radio, The Block. Check us out every Monday, 7:30 to 9:30. Reckless Ray. Go ahead, man.
Shout out to Mr. Clean. He's not here today. He would have enjoyed all of these conversations, and he would have loved to spend. I hear Marlon gonna get on the wheels though. That's what I'm hearing.
We might.
We gonna see.
That's what's up, man. But let's get back into some more music here on BBOXradio.com. We'll come back to chop it up with these cats a little bit more. Let's go.
Honey, check it out, you got me mesmerized. With your black hair and your fat ass style. Street poetry is my everyday.